Mitch, it was a really good performance on the road against one of the competition's informed teams.
Yeah, we've certainly been building to this, from the get-go. Really important to get that win. Last week against Lauderdale, we were really strong for a long period of time, and they ran over us late. But today we sort of readjusted after quarter time and got the ball back in really dangerous parts of the ground, and we were able to lock it in our forward line. With some real grunt and effort, so really pleasing, and reward for effort for the boys. I mean, we've been in and around most of these games against the top couple of sides, so to come away from home and have two debutants play today and to win was really pleasing.
What do you think was the cause of that slow start in the first quarter?
Credit to Glenorchy, they're a very, very good outfit. Jay Bowden had 4 shots on goal in the space of 15 minutes, so we needed to adjust a few things ahead of the footy and behind the ball and get a few matchups right. Once we did that, we sort of controlled the ball around the stoppage, which was a big focus for us. We rate their midfield really highly, and Fletcher Seymour, Joby Harper, Tim Bristow, Jack Donnellan, who had 17 tackles himself, really played with some grunt and grit, and made it easy for our forwards to lock it in the forward half.
Yeah, on Jack Donnellan, he took a big hit, and I think it was the second or the third, but just kept on going, didn't he?
Yeah. Testament to Jack and his resilience. We've asked him to do some pretty big jobs in recent times, and he gets bashed around a bit. And I thought Jack really showed how tough he can be for long periods today. So he gets some reward for effort, and I was really pleased with his performance.
And the back line was also working well today. It's a great achievement to keep Brace and Daly goalless. Yeah,
I mean, a lot of that probably comes through the midfield's work and not allowing easy access inside 50. The back, Smith did a great job on Grace. We rate Daly really, really highly, and for young Jack Tuthill to play on him and do a great role for the team, and that was probably evident across the board. Other than Fletcher Seymour, we just had a lot of contributors. Fletcher was clearly our best, and then we just had a lot of really strong performances. Joey Chaplin came in as our key forward today and played really well, and that probably bounces him back now for some Devils footy after being out for a couple of weeks with injury. So nice to have Joey in the side.
Why do you think your side travels so well? Because this is, I believe, the third win on the road now.
Yeah, third win on the road, and our other game we were very close against Lauderdale. We prepare pretty strongly for away games. The boys get in a pretty strong routine. I don't know if there's any method in it other than we actually like going away together and galvanising as a group, and it's a good thing to be able to win away from home, given that we come to Hobart 8 times.
And unfortunately, you were able to still get the win despite a lot of injuries today. Yeah,
no, it was a physical contest, and when you ask the boys to go to the well and go head down, bum up for as long as we did, you're gonna have a few sore boys. So Timmy Bristow's in hospital as we speak. He's a bit battered and bruised. But interestingly enough, 1 minute after the game had finished, he was ringing me to find out had we won, who played well. And that just goes to show the type of group that we've got. So we need to lick our wounds. We're certainly sore. Thankfully, we've got some guys ready to come back in next week. I can come back and play next week, which is good. We had some good performances in the development league, so we'll lick our wounds again and see who is ready to play next week.
Any update on what we think's wrong with Bristow?
Yeah, certainly a clavicle, shoulder, AC joint. I'm not certain just yet. Obviously, it happened halfway through the halfway through the third quarter, sorry, and he got rushed to hospital pretty quickly, so we'll go and pick him up later tonight.
Any other injuries?
No, we've got a couple of sore boys, so I wouldn't say injuries, but we've got a couple of sore boys. We ended up only with one on the bench late in the game, so some real resilience shown throughout the second half.
And next week you're heading home to face against one of the bottom sides of the comp in North Hobart.
No, we respect North Hobart. We think their best footy is really strong. They've had patches this year where they've been quite impressive. They're a young side, so we like any game, we'll prepare very strongly. We'll review their last few games and put as much planning and preparation into that as we would any other side.
Good start, but just couldn't seem to carry it through for 4 quarters today.
Yeah, we did start well. I mean, we had the game on our terms and moving it well, locking it in and forcing turnovers on their exits, so we're doing that pretty well. We're good around the contest, but it was probably midway through that second quarter, like felt they really took their game up. They really, I think they sensed at that point, at 20 points difference, it was, a pretty important moment, and they managed to swing the momentum. A couple of breakdowns on our part, which allowed them to take territory quickly. But also, credit to them, like their work rate was really high, and they did a good job. They stuck to their plan, and so that second quarter, they went into half time with the momentum, even though we were in front. And it was with the wind out there. It was a scrappy game, but and to be honest, they just embraced the scrap a bit better than we did.
The ball use was pretty poor today, but the wind didn't help at all, did it?
Yeah, it didn't. It was one of those ones. Once the game was on their terms, we never really showed the maturity to get it back. I didn't think. We didn't take control of it and reclaim territory and get our ability to set up behind the ball. Credit to them again for the pressure they put on and their work winning contested ball. It made it hard, and we didn't find a way today.
There were some positive signs, though. Sam Rundle actually worked pretty well under a lot of pressure today. Yeah,
obviously that's the disappointing part of today, is that, Sammy, against his old club, we managed to win for him up there in round one, but they got us back today, and, Sammy was pretty up for this game, and I thought he did a really good job around the contest with Joby Harper. Fletcher Seymour probably got away from us a little bit around the contest. He did a really good job, but I thought Sammy did a good job on Harper, who's a really good player. And the other disappointing thing today, of course, John Geard, his 150th game, becomes a life member of the club, and his guys had to do it the hard way and work pretty hard, and so it was disappointing for him to have an afternoon like that on his big day.
Ben Camerick is also playing really well this season. If he can just clean up his ball use a little, I reckon he'd be one of the best midfielders in comp.
Yeah, I think majority of this year his ball use has been good. Today it was a bit of a common theme, and I think there's a lot of different things to that. Number one, there's pressure from the opposition. Two, there's how well we're setting up to receive, and three, just our decision making. So again, it was an area where Lonnie did it better than us today.
Sam Reeves is also showing some promising signs this season as well.
Yeah, he's a big fella. He clanked a couple of good marks today. But to be honest, we had a good chat after the game. We don't take too many positives out of it. A day like today, it was a bit like Anzac Day. It's just going to be a scrap. Anzac Day, we scrapped well. It was ugly, but we got the win. Today we got beaten at that, and so had we had a real dip and we just got done by a team that did a bit better on the day, then we'd be okay with that. We'd shake their hands and say, well done, you're the better team on the day. But we're probably pretty disappointed that we didn't, when Launceston raised their game, we didn't raise ours.
What did you say to the boys at 3/4 time, just to try and raise that belief that they can win this?
It was sort of about bringing energy. There's no doubt the group was flat today, for whatever reason, and that was even obvious before the game. Sometimes you get that sense, and so 3/4 time we just talked about structurally we wanted to put heat on the opposition, actually go out to win the game of footy, and again we didn't do that. We didn't execute it, and that's sort of a result of probably that lack of energy we had for most of the day.
You had a couple of late admissions today, Zach Webster and Josh Grant.
Yeah, they were both precautionary, so nothing serious there, which is good.
Okay. And speaking overly about the day, Red Saturday, it's obviously something that's become an annual tradition for the club.
Yep. Yeah, it's good. I was lucky enough to get to speak to the dinner or the luncheon before the game, and some really some people in the room who do some great work. You talk about the Salvation Army and the work they do in the community and in lower socio-economic areas, like the assistance they provide is just remarkable. And the people in that space, it's not a job, it's a lifestyle for those people, the time they put in, and sort of the mental health side of it and the player support side of it is something that we're really focusing on a lot at our club this year, and we've certainly learned some lessons from the people involved with organisations like the Salvos. So having a chat to them after the game, it was a really successful day for them in terms of fundraising and awareness raising. We had a family day here as well, and there was lots of kids again, enjoying the activity. So that's a positive side of it. We really want to build our club as something, a place people want to come to in terms of families and supporters, and also, you know, our players, because they feel supported. So I guess if there's one positive we can take out of the day, that was it. And
next week, obviously, staying here against the Roos.
Yeah, so it's Friday night, it's our centennial game. The 99 Premiership team will be here. A lot of old timers will be here because the centennial dinner is the next night at Rest Point. So it's a huge occasion. I asked the players if they needed any extra motivation for next week, and they certainly don't. Like our oldest rival on our home turf in the centennial game, you know, the challenge is there for us now. We've got the double bye after that, so we need to bounce back and have a good one next week.